and welcome to my live. So, we're starting to get into the Halloween season. Boo! So, I hope y'all enjoyed my intro there. I had fun creating it. Let's see, we have Brenda that has joined us. Hi, Brenda. How are you doing today? And I know you have started on some Halloween makes. Let everybody know what Halloween makes that you've been working on. Um, But yeah, I am so excited for today's live. I have been waiting to share Halloween patterns with y'all. And what's funny is, like, whenever I was going to pick out the patterns, I was just working on the free crochet patterns. And I kept going and going and going. And I had to like stop myself because I already had about 30 patterns. And I'm like, okay, I still need to share some knit patterns, some paid for patterns. Um, so I mean, there are lots of awesome patterns, and I didn't even get to, all of my favorite ones for today's live. So expect lots of Halloween patterns this month. And I also plan to like my Thursday and Saturday lives to also share like a handful of Halloween patterns too. So y'all can find some on those lives too. All right, let's see. We have Anita and Jamie that have joined us. How are y'all today? And have y'all started working on Halloween makes? If so, let us know what you've been making, what you're working on, that type of thing. And we have Suzanne that joined us too. How are you today? And same thing, I want to know what Halloween makes y'all are making. Let's see. I'm doing good, Anita. Thank you, Anita. Yeah, this was a fun hat to make. And the funny thing is, this is a knit hat. And, you know, I couldn't find a pattern for a knit hat like this. But of course, I would see, several with crochet. And this was before I knew how to crochet. So I kind of like took pictures and started trying to make my own knitted one. Basically, just made a basic beanie and then made the face. Let's see. Brenda says, I'm doing well, working on wind spinners with pumpkins and ghosts. Awesome. And I will be sharing some wind spinner patterns today. Um, I know for the fall makes, I had somebody that wanted wind spinner patterns. So I'm going to be sharing some Halloween ones now. And Brenda's also making sunflower wind spinners. Awesome. Oh, Jamie, I totally understand. I like the last few weeks I haven't been the best in touch with people too. Because I mean I felt like, I was having withdrawals from my channel because I miss like interacting and talking with everybody like I normally do. But I do hope you have a good lunch with your friend today. And we have Julia that joined us. How are you today? And have you started on some Halloween makes? Let us know what Halloween makes y'all are making. And we also have Alice and Inherited. How are y'all? And same questions. All right, let's see. Brenda says she's also making a double crochet V-stitch blanket to warm up. Yeah, it's chilly today. That's why I have a sweatshirt on. I'm chilly. Thank you, Jamie. Jamie says she's not really working on much for Halloween. She needs to though. Well, hopefully today's live inspires you. And let's see. Jamie says I have a skull shawl pattern I purchased at DFW Fiber Fest I want to make. Ooh, awesome. If you make that shawl, you got to send a picture when you finish it. Julia's working on Christmas presents. Sweet. I can't wait to get into Christmas whenever that time comes. I think I'll be the most excited about Christmas um patterns. Oh, Inherited has another Halloween cowl on the hook. Yes, when you finish it, please send a picture. I want to see y'all Halloween makes. Um, I'm gonna be do my Monday lives for the month of October are gonna be Halloween themed. So if y'all make anything Halloween, please send y'all pictures, and I will include it in one of the Halloween lives. Um, Usually like for to make it on to next Monday's live, I need the picture by the end of day Saturday because I usually work on preparing the picture video on Sundays. But like I said, I'm doing this the whole month. So if you miss one live, it'll be on the next one. Um, and then even if you share a picture like after Halloween, I'll include it on a finished projects video. But yeah, I will be doing a live on Halloween Day. That's the last live for the Halloween series. Let's see. Anita says, I made my dad a couple of wind spinners. He hung them in the living room. He said they'd get burned outside. That is one thing that I have had those thoughts because, typically you put them outside and I'm like, if you get bad weather or something, you better take them, down from outside or they'll get burned. Alice says she's working on on Christmas for an upcoming show. Awesome. Inheritance asking Anita, is he going to blow on them all day long? All right. So I'm going to share a few Halloween jokes with y'all. Um, Hopefully these give you a good little chuckle. How do vampires get around on Halloween? On blood vessels. I thought that one was cute. Um, Here's another one, and I think this is one that y'all probably will kind of figure this one out. How can you tell when a vampire has been in a bakery? All the jelly has been sucked out of the jelly donuts. um, let's see. What would be the national holiday for a nation of vampires? Thanksgiving. I think this one's cute. Why didn't the skeleton go to prom? He had no body to go with. That's too cute. Also, do y'all know what a zombie's favorite cereal is? Rice Krispies. So, oh, one more I want to say. What did one ghost say to the other? Get a life. I hope y'all enjoyed the little jokes I share with y'all. Um, I see we have Cindy that joined us. How are you doing today? And well, I do know you made some Halloween stitch markers. You shared the pictures of those to me, and those are adorable. I can't wait to share them later on today's live. And I'm telling you, y'all are gonna fall in love with these stitch markers. But she says she's at the vet with Pixie. Just wanted to pop in and show some support. Oh, thank you. And let's see. Brenda's saying she has her wind spinners outside year round and still going strong. See, I would think like the rain, like getting rained on, that they would like mildew and stuff, and or like maybe get dirty too, like when it's windy and stuff like that. See, I wouldn't think that they would hold up outdoor like like just keeping them out there all the time. Let's see. I want to give it a little more time before we really get into today's topic. Um, but I am curious. What was the favorite, your favorite thing to have dressed up as for Halloween? Um, for me, I think my favorite was as an adult. I dressed up as Raggedy Ann. And if you saw the intro to this video, there's a picture of me dressed up as Raggedy Ann. And I felt like that was like one of the most creative costumes I had as a kid. For the longest time, every year I dressed up as a witch. And I got so tired of being a witch. And I begged my mom, I'm like, can I be something else this year for Halloween? So I ended up being a ghost that year. But on some level, I kind of lived to regret it because, we had gotten the white face makeup, and I had that all over my face. And let me tell you, that stuff was so hard to get off. I mean, I don't know if that stuff has improved now, but at the time it was just like trying to get it off. Um, and I do remember one year I wanted to be a cat. So my mom takes a leotard and she takes the little plastic like cover for a bike chain. She took that part and sewed it to the back of the leotard for the tail. Um, but that thing, it was heavy, and it was just like I didn't like the tail. um, but I think, and then after that, I kind of got like sometimes I dressed as a punk rocker or that type of stuff. After that, I just really didn't do the dress up thing much for Halloween. But I do. Let me see if I can find this picture real quick. This is one year at work. Hold up, I'm going the wrong way. I gotta find the actual file first. Sorry. I should have gotten this prepared beforehand. Let me see if I can find the picture. Let's see if I can find it easily. And the funny thing is I had seen it yesterday when I was preparing. I'm trying to remember what folder I had it in. I have so many pictures saved on my computer. Let's see. It may be here. No, I'm not finding it quickly. But I'll try to remember to share the picture with y'all next Monday on the live. Let's see. We have Kat and Samantha that has joined us. How are y'all doing? And are y'all working on anything Halloween? Share with us what Halloween makes you're making. And let's see. I lost my place in the chat. Cindy says she made a few more Halloween stitch markers this weekend. Ooh, awesome. If you can, email me some pictures of them so I can share them on next Monday's live. Brenda says her favorite costume was a witch. Nice, nice. Cindy says her favorite was Pippi Longstocking. Yeah, please forgive me. My voice is still hoarse. So it kind of still goes in and kind of you'll hear the hoarseness, then you'll hear it normal. It kind of goes back and forth and stuff. Let's see. Anita says my favorite has always been a witch. As a child, we always got those awful plastic masks. Oh yeah, I remember those. They really were horrible. Um, Anita says she dressed a couple of her kids as Pippi. It was so cute. Oh, um, Kat says no Halloween stuff today, and she says she was a witch all the time, but 2 years ago she was Eeyore. Oh, yeah. But a lot of times it is like fun to dress up like that. Because I always like I don't know if y'all have ever heard like I've seen this on Facebook sometimes where like a couple will go like to the Goodwill or a thrift store and just kind of like find something like out of style or and just like have fun. They dress up in it and then like they go out on a date, you know, and it's just funny like seeing the pictures like people will post when they do that. I think it's cool. Jamie says, yes, it's fun to dress up. I haven't dressed up in years. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with today's topic, more. Um, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and share the little video that I made with everyone's pictures that they shared. If I recall right, let's see. The video I think is about 4 minutes 12 seconds. So it's a little over 4 minutes. So I hope y'all enjoy seeing what everyone has made Halloween. And I also shared my Halloween makes too on this video. Well, at least the ones that I'm ready to show y'all. I did make one that I finished yesterday, which I'll be showing on tomorrow's Crochet Tuesday video. All right, let's get the video started. like I said, amazing makes from everybody. And I really, really had fun making that little video. I so wanted to make it as, like all Halloweenish, I see a lot of y'all are commenting on the music and all that. But yeah, and like I said, if y'all have made anything Halloween or y'all make, or as y'all making y'all Halloween projects, get y'all pictures into me so I can share them on the upcoming Halloween lives. I know I love seeing them, and from the comments that I see, y'all love seeing them too. Okay, let's see what everybody is saying. Um, Let me get back to my spot. Inherited saying plastic yarn is forever. One of mine lives outside also. So when it comes to this, I presume you're talking about wind spinners. So y'all use plastic yarn when y'all make them? Is that why they seem to hold up outside? I don't know. I've never made one, so I'm not as sure when it comes to that. Let's see. Suzanne saying no Halloween makes for me, but my daughter has crocheted 6 beautiful pumpkins in different colors. Ooh, nice. Now, Suzanne, if your daughter would love to share her pictures, I would love to show them. Yeah, y'all commenting on the music and everyone's projects. All right, Jamie, I hope you have a good day. In here, it just says Brenda's got yarn skills to pay the bills. Yeah, Brenda works up projects quickly, and like she always has a lot of amazing things she makes. I love seeing Brenda's work. Oh, and thank y'all for the compliments on my hats. And I did realize I did forget to share my candy corn beanie. So I'm gonna try to remember to put that in next week's live video. Live for the video. Oh, we have Katrina that joined us. Hi, Katrina. How are you doing today? And have you been making anything Halloween, or have you made Halloween stuff before? And let's see. Okay, in here it says acrylic. Okay. I thought you meant like more of a plastic type thing. Brenda says she used acrylic yarn for her wind spinners. See, that's what I originally thought, that y'all use like acrylic yarn for them. But then whenever I heard, in here say plastic, I was thinking maybe y'all put something that kind of makes it like where it holds up to outside better. Okie dokie. So, in here to saying, I wonder if Florin could be used for a wind spinner. No telling. And we also have Linda that just joined us. How are you today, Linda? And JJ too. And have y'all started working on Halloween makes? Share with everybody, what Halloween stuff y'all been making. So I'm going to get started sharing the patterns. I have quite a few patterns today. I think there's about 55 patterns that I'm sharing. I filled that description box up with links. And I just went to Ravelry. So like the Ravelry links are shorter, so I can fit more Ravelry, patterns in a live. Where like Etsy pattern links, they are long. So it's like I can't share as many in the description box whenever I go to Etsy. But Etsy has some beautiful patterns. I love the holiday patterns on Etsy. But all right, let's get started. And I really hope y'all enjoy all these patterns. All right. So this one is called Boo, the Fiendishly Friendly Ghost by Irene Strange. And look at how cute. I love this one. This is one I could see me making at some time. I just think it's adorable. And I love the cutesy. Let's see. Okay, I'm noticing inheritance says, can you shorten Etsy URLs with Bitly or something? I don't know. I mean, I've never really used um Bitly, but maybe I should try playing around with that. Um, that way maybe I can share more at a time, especially like whenever I'm doing Etsy links. I'm gonna look into that, see what I can do with it. Let's see. We have Brenda that joined us. How are you today, Brenda? And what are you working on? Are you doing any Halloween makes? All right. So this one is a wind spinner by Janela. I'm not even going to try the last name. But isn't that adorable? So for those that love spinners, here's an idea for y'all. I think that one's adorable. I mean, I'm not a big fan on bats when it comes to Halloween, but like if you put that touch of cutesy to it, then I like it. But I know everyone has different tastes when it comes to Halloween makes and projects, that type of thing. But I'm trying as much as I can to share a little bit of everything with y'all. All right, this is a kitty cat towel by Jennifer Renaud. And y'all know I love my kitty cats. And I think this is so adorable. Well, the second one, the one in brown really isn't Halloweenish, but the black one, yeah. But even if you want to do one like, non-Halloween, you could do this in different colors. So adorable. All right. Here's some Halloween Gorlin by Charlotte Perusian. And I think this is adorable. And I would like to make some Gorlin for my filming area. It's on my to-do list, but I don't know when I'll get around to it. And it may not even be this year. It may not be till next year. But I just think it's so festive. Have any of y'all made any like Halloween Gorlin with crochet? Or even like, how I was talking previously about fall makes? Have y'all done any fall Gorlin? All right, let's get to the next one. Okay, this one is a witch gnome by Lindsay Dale. And this is Winding Road Crochet. She has a YouTube channel. And she has some cute gnome patterns that are free. Um, but I think this is adorable. And she also has an excellent video tutorial when it comes to, how to make gnomes for those of y'all that haven't made a gnome before and y'all are, interested in making a gnome in the future. But I think this one is cute. And this is one I may make this year. Just, like I said, There's a lot of patterns that are on my to-do list. It's when I get to them. All right. This is Witch, Gnome, and Broom by Jen Hayes. Oh, and one thing while I'm thinking about it that I want to point out, this is a pattern that has a free version and a paid for version. And I like pointing this out because this is something that it took me a long time to figure this out. Because I was always like, where's the free pattern? Where's the free pattern? Because I mean, it clearly says a free version is also available, but it usually has like buy it now, and then it says or visit pattern website. Well, I didn't realize the visit pattern website was what took you to the free version. So when you see that on a pattern and and you want the free version, go to the visit pattern website. And look how adorable these are. I really like this pattern. This is one I could see myself doing. So, so cute. And who else loves them some gnomes? Let me know if you're a gnome lover in the comments. And here's the little brooms. All right. Let me see what everyone's saying in the comments, and then I'll pull up some more patterns. Let's see. Let's see. Inherited says, yeah, the video makes me want to try crochet Halloween amigurumi. Oh, do it, Inherited. You're gonna get addicted, I'm telling you. Linda says not yet. When it comes to Halloween. JJ says I made a headband, ear warmer, mini pumpkin basket, and simple knit coaster. Nice. And yeah, and I know I keep saying this, but share your Halloween make pictures with me. I love it. Love to be able to share y'all beautiful work with everybody. Um, I don't remember if I told Brenda Bear hello, but hi Brenda, how are you? And have you been working on any Halloween makes? Inheritance says there's sites you can copy paste a URL into and get a short, clean URL for posting. Okay, like I said, I'm gonna have to try that, and that may help me out a lot. Where then I can still like post my typical information, like contact information on my lives, where I would still have room for that too. Thank you, JJ. Inherited says she loves bats. She said bats eat mosquitoes, so they're my BFFs. You see, Frank likes spiders because I think it's flies that they eat and stuff. So he's like, they have a useful purpose. Um, Brenda says, I'm doing well, thank you. I'm on the last several rows of the Lost Soul Skull Shawl. The bat wind spinner is super cute too. Ooh, I'd love to see your shawl when you're done, Brenda. Oh, thank you, Suzanne. Yeah, and even Kat saying, love bats, they eat bugs. Linda's a kitty lover. And here, this is the Lost Souls. Is Sally just a little past my pay grade? Aw. Um, no, Suzanne, I'm not. This this was basically I just took a basic knit beanie pattern, made the white beanie, and then I found like I think I found a pattern to make like knitted circles, because at this point I did not know how to crochet. And I made the circles and then just kind of looked at a picture and kind of just did embroidery for the nose and the mouth. Um Now I know there are crochet patterns for a similar beanie. Um I don't know if I have any that I'm sharing on today's live, but at some point I'll probably be sharing some crochet patterns for a hat, hats similar to this one that are crochet. Um let's see. Linda says just pumpkin. Suzanne likes the witch gnome. Yeah, and Brenda saying when it comes to the lost souls, shawl, how she put off making it for years because she thought it would be too hard, and it hasn't been, though, with Fiber Spider's tutorial. And that's something that I want to stress. Um, do not let patterns intimidate y'all, because you know, trust me, I've looked at patterns and I'm like, oh, this looks so intimidating. But normally, if you just dive into it, you will figure it out. Um, and if you do have trouble, usually there's other people in the Yorny community, whether it's YouTube or Facebook, that will help you out. And don't be scared to ask questions. If I can help you, I will. Like yesterday, I contacted a couple of my Yorny friends. Brenda Young was one of them, because there was something in a pattern, and I'm like, I'm not sure what they're meaning. And I really felt like it wasn't that it really wasn't well written how they called for what they did. And I contacted a couple of other people too. You know, you know, we help each other out. But yeah, I motivate y'all, get out of your comfort zones. Try new things. Try things that look intimidating. And then when you make it, it feels so good. That feeling of accomplishment. Let's see. Lots of gnome lovers. Oh, those of y'all that like gnomes and haven't done it yet, y'all got to make y'all some gnomes. Y'all get addicted. That's what happened to me. And Heritage says, like, I can do corner to corner, interlac, ripple, etc. And even Anita saying that Fiber Spider is thorough with his tutorial. Oh, Inherited. Um, amigurumi, sometimes it just takes a little practice, and I mean, sometimes I'm not always the best, when it comes to like sewing stuff together. Because I mean, I know, like you see some that it seems like they just do the sewing just like perfect, and where sometimes I kind of look at mine and I'm like, I wish I could have, I wish that would have looked a little better, but it's still like adorable and stuff. Let's see. Oh, Regina joined us. How are you today, Regina? And what Halloween makes have you been working on? Yes, Suzanne, you should be able to find a crochet one. Um this is like, I don't even really remember like specifics of like where I went to do the eyes, and then the mouth and the nose on this hat. I just looked at pictures. And a lot of times, like when you're doing the embroidery part, you kind of just have to look at someone else's pictures and try to do it as close as you can. Um, Thank you, Regina. JJ says I did the loom knit pumpkin beanie, but I guess tutorial. It's the one for my grandsons and your inspirations, Granny Square Pumpkin Square tutorial by Repeat Crafter Me. Oh, awesome! Yeah, I love Repeat Crafter Me's patterns. Yep, I love making gnomes. Oh, hi, Sonia. How are you today? And have you started working on any Halloween makes? Regina says that's how she is, not good at sewing. Like I said, I find I'm kind of with the sewing. But in the same aspect, you know, the more you do it over time, stuff like that will get better. And even though I sometimes look at stuff and I'm like, but then everyone else said, oh, I love it, it's so cute. So it's like, I don't think I think we're kind of our own worst critics. Ooh, Regina's working on a pumpkin. Nice. All right, let me get some more patterns up. I don't know. Today's live may be longer than I normally do my lives. All right, let's see. Where am I? So I usually try to do an hour and a half, but I have noticed that when it comes to my Monday lives with sharing patterns, there are days that it takes me longer to go through everything. Alrighty. I love this one. A little Frankie in my life. This is by Stringy Ding Dong. I'm sorry, Stringy Ding Ding. And look how adorable. Isn't he adorable? All right. And the next one. Here's a little more Frankie in our lives. And this one is by Sea Love Share. And this is one that I am intending to make. I love it. It's too cute. Too cute. This one's cute. And this is one too I really want to make. Country Ghost Halloween Amigurumi by Stringy Ding Ding. Isn't that adorable? And I love how it has the little patch, which it looks like it's shaped like a heart. I love the little patches, like with the scarecrows and stuff. And then this one is a ghost kitchen towel by Jennifer Renaud. And she has a lot of good patterns. She's one that y'all might want to check out her other patterns. But isn't that adorable? I love that. So cute. Oops. All right, let's see. Here's some more Frankie. This one's a kitchen towel by Jennifer Renaud again. I love this one. Love, love, love it. Too cute. Okay. This is a Halloween jelly lantern by Crafty Kitty Crochet. And isn't that precious? And this one, basically, you could do it where it would act as a wind spinner. Maybe do the top of a wind spinner thing to connect it to something and hang it. But I think it's adorable. That's the back of the ghost one. And here's the jack-o'-lantern one. And the back of it. So y'all loving the pattern so far? And just wait, y'all, because there's so many more that I'm going to be showing on future lives. Like amazing, awesome patterns. Okay, this is a ghost spinner by uh Janelia. I'm not even going to attempt. And look how cute for y'all wind spinner lovers. So, so cute. And one thing I do want to mention to y'all, I mean, there are a lot of, I am going to be sharing a lot of different different types of pattern. But if there's something like specific that y'all want me to share, let me know and I'll see what I can do to find patterns along those lines for Halloween. All right, so this one is a crochet witch hat mug rug by Ashley Parker. And she has a lot of different like Halloween ones. So she's one if you like, this type of little mug rug, you might want to check out her other patterns that she has for Halloween mug rugs. As you see, here's some. But like this one's, this pattern is just for the witch hat. Yeah, here's some of her other ones right here. But I love like, these, I like how it has a little fringe on the ends of it. All right, let's see what everyone's saying before I pull up some more patterns. Let's see. I always have to find my space, sorry. Brenda likes the little coat. Aw. Y'all like the Frankie and the country ghost. Regina says, so need to get that crochet um busted out so I can do some of these cute patterns. You can do it, Regina. Um, so have you gone beyond the chain yet? Have you started working on learning single crochet yet? Beautiful, yeah. Yeah, no, beautiful. Sorry, I didn't pronounce that right. Brenda likes the ghost spinner. A few of the a few of those and the bat ones would be fun to hang up. Yeah, like I said, I mean, like I'm just going nuts over Halloween. Y'all probably looking at me like, oh, she's going crazy. All right, let's get some more patterns pulled up. And again, these are all free crochet patterns, and all the links are in the description box of today's live. Let's see. Oops. Okay. Alrighty. This one I love it. And this is one too I want to make this. I'm hoping to make this year. It's called Amigurumi Gata. Basically, it's a cat with a witch's hat and pumpkin. And it's by Tordarumis. Isn't that cute? I really love this one. That's the back view. Gotta love me some black kitties. All right. The next one is a witch's hat by Nan Savdi. For those of y'all that want to have y'all a witch's hat. Um, this one's a real cute one. And there will be, I think there may be a couple of other witch hats that I'm sharing today, but at some point there will probably be other witch hats that will be shared. I know I have a really cute witch's hat to share with y'all today. Now, this pattern I love. Witch Pot Holder by Chelsea Roberts. Isn't that like too cute? Um, I love Chelsea Roberts patterns. She has a lot of amazing patterns. Her website is thecrafterlife.com. And she does actually have a YouTube channel too, but she only has a few things on her channel, like a couple of tutorials. Um, but most of her stuff is on her website, thecrafterlife.com. I love her patterns. I can't say that enough. And really, she was one, like, I did try to get her to come live with me. And she does seem interested, but like she was, busy and stuff like that. And, it's just never happened. So maybe one day it will, but I would love to have her as a guest star on my channel. Um, oh, and speaking of guest stars, guess who's going to be on my channel this month? Creative Grandma Glinda. I'm excited about her coming live with me. I've never had her on before. Um, this is another Chelsea Roberts pattern. This is Sucker Savers, and this is so adorable. I love that idea. I love seeing like creativity where like sometimes you don't think of something, and then when you see it, you're like, "Oh, that's unique. I like this." Okay. Next one. Okay, here's a witch's hat for y'all. It's called That Witch by Jessie Rayot. I really love how it's done here. Um, I love how they have like the black and green going on the band and the little flourish on the side. But this is one that's done not really Halloween looking there. And then this, and here it is back to their original colors. And that is one thing with some of the hats and stuff, like a witch's hat. You could find like little flourish type things, and like I said, put it like along that band, and it just makes it like stand out. This one's cute. Green Ghost by Carolyn Brody. And isn't that cute? So adorable. Okay, and let's pull up the next. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Let's pull up the next one. This one's cute. There's a witch stuck in my wreath by Stringy Ding Ding. And I'm noticing her name is popping up a lot in the patterns I'm sharing today. She's one that y'all might want to check out her other patterns. But isn't this too cute? I love that. I just love, love, love that. Yeah, I'm still having to use cough drops a lot when I talk a lot. So just bear with me on that. All right, let me pull up some more patterns. Try to pull up the rest of the free ones. Okay. Let's see what everybody's saying before I start sharing these. I go back and forth when I'm sharing patterns. I show some patterns, then I see what everyone says in the comments, then I go back to sharing patterns and back and forth. Okay, let's see. Y'all seem to be liking these patterns. Thank you, Brenda. Yeah, I always love when I get somebody on my channel that I haven't had before. And like especially when it's like somebody that is a bigger name in the Yorny community. It's always awesome to get some of the bigger names, like when I had Selena Baca, because you don't like a lot of times you don't expect them to come live with you. And when they actually do, you're like, oh, wow, I got so and so on my channel. Yeah, I think that's what it kind of is, Suzanne. Um, I think it's cute. And Suzanne loves that wreath too. I know I love that too, Brenda. Okay, let's get the other ones up. See, another witch hat. This is called Witch's Hat by Susie Johns, and this is one I love. I love how they did the spider web on it. And like one thing, okay, now I'm thinking like I would like to see this black with the spider web in white. Or another idea would be to like kind of put a spider down from the spider web. But if you did that, you really couldn't have black for the hat. You wouldn't see the spider. Um, let's see what other. Oh, here's one that someone else did. But I love the spider web touch on that hat. Yeah, this one's cute. Another witch's hat, Witchy Cat Hat by Michelle Wilcox. And this is one I really want to make, and I'm shocked I haven't made it yet. Um, but I think this is just too adorable. Isn't that cute? And really, sometimes I'm shocked, like certain patterns that I haven't made it yet. But the thing is, there's so much you want to make. And then sometimes you're like, you wander off in a different direction than what you were intending with your makes. All right, here's another Chelsea Roberts pattern. This is the Witch Lake scarf. I love this one. When in the video at the beginning of where I had like my makes, this was one of the scarf pictures that I had in that video of my make, and I think it's so adorable. And if I recall right, whenever I learned how to crochet, I did Selena Baca's patterns that went with her lessons. Um, and then after I had finished the lessons to learn how to crochet, I think this was the very first pattern I did outside. of the lessons. And I remember like the boot port I had trouble with. And I'm sitting there contacting a Yorny friend that really helped me a lot, and I so appreciate the help she gave me. I mean, she went beyond when it came to helping me. All right, so moving on. I'm just noticing Anita saying I should make Sophie and Allie hats. A part of me would love to, but I do not think that they would wear them. That's the downside. And especially not Allie. And speaking of little Miss Allie, oh, her and her little ways. So I went to go grab a water. We had the thing of water in the living room, and I'm walking around her. I'm not actually like making her move or anything, but I've invaded her personal space. So she moves on and she goes into the kitchen. Well, I was grabbing, the water to make my coffee. Um, and of course, I go in the kitchen. She's in the middle of the kitchen floor. I invaded her space again. So she hisses at me, and she didn't just hiss. She let a little growl out with that hiss too. I was like, Allie. Yeah, she was kind of like, leave me alone, mommy. Stop coming by me. My crazy cat. All right. This one is Halloween Garland by Beverly Mew Horder. And this one I love. And it has kitty cats along with ghosts and pumpkins. I really love a lot of the like Halloween Garland patterns. Too cute. Okay. Let's get the next one. This is a Franken hat by Amy Gaines. Isn't that adorable? And really, I eventually want to make me a crochet hat of Frankie. Um, I did make a knit one, but like especially this one, I love how this one looks. And this one's just from child extra small all the way to adult small. All right. And here we have some candy corn coffee cup cozy by the Enchanted Ladybug. And isn't that adorable? And I think cup cozies are so cute. Like, and the stuff you can do with them. But so far, I have not made one yet. I don't know why, because it's not like they would take long to make. Okay, on to the next pattern. This is a Halloween Ghost by Amagurumi Today. And I think this is adorable. I love how it has the little legs and the arms, the little hat, the little bow tie. In that picture, it looks like it's saying, hi. All right. This one is similar to that dish towel that I shared earlier of the cat. It's called Halloween Black Cat Hat, and I am not attempting that name. I try to say the designer's name, but like some of them, I don't even know where to begin to try to pronounce it. Like Irangi Yudashika. um, but isn't this cute? And of course, they show it in some other colors. So you can make it non Halloween too. Oh, here it is in pink. Okay, and the next one's cute. Y'all gonna like this one. This is a Frankie coffee cozy by Gabrielle Bears. Isn't that adorable? But now, whenever I get around to making this, I wouldn't do the mouth like this. I would do the mouth more like the stitched mouth because I think that just gives it more that look. But isn't that cute? So those are the free crochet patterns. Now we're gonna start. Well, shortly we're gonna get into the knitted ones. I just want to again check the comments to see what everyone's saying. Oh, and Heretic keeps getting pulled away with housewife duties. Hey, that's life. Life happens. Let's see. Brenda says, "Oh, that knit witch's hat is really cool. I want to make that now." Oh, was that a knit one? That I thought all the patterns that I just shared should have been crochet, but maybe I accidentally got a knit one in there by mistake. Because I know I did pull some patterns from a Ravelry library, and I may not have noticed. Like maybe one was knit that I didn't notice. Um, Suzanne says I won a gorgeous giveaway from Glenda, Creative Grandma, and she shipped it to Sweden, and I was over the moon. Oh, that and that is one thing. Like because unfortunately, like with giveaways, the shipping is expensive sending out of the country. Um, and I always feel bad for those that that live outside of the country. But in the same aspect, not everyone can afford that shipping. I know I can't. Um, so you live in I should have picked this up by the Swedish Yorny Hooker. So you live in Sweden? My mom's family is originally from Sweden. Like I'm 25% Swedish. My grandfather was a pure Swede. Suzanne says, "Oh, I need that cat with chat in my life." I know, me too. Brenda even saying how Sophie and Allie need hats. Allie, knowing Allie, she would not forgive me. She'd be mad at me for like a month for doing that. Anita says, "Oh, Allie wanted some alone time." Allie likes too much alone time, though. Like that cat, she likes curling up and just chilling, sleeping, and being left alone. Let's see. Yeah, and that is one thing. Sometimes people don't realize how expensive it is to ship outside of the United States. And and I don't think it should be that. I think shipping should be the same everywhere. You know, and really, even just in the United States, which is a lot cheaper, it's still not the cheapest. Oh, we have Cynthia that joined us. How are you doing today, Cynthia? And have you done any Halloween makes? Let me try to pull that one up again real quick. Brenda, give me just a second. If I can find it, hopefully I can find it easily. The witch hat with the spider web. Is this it? Give me just a second, y'all. No, that one's not it. Okay, this is it. Yeah, okay. That witch's hat, the one with the spider web, that one it is a knit pattern. Um, I boo booed and I put it with the crochet patterns. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, that's that type of thing. I mean, it is a letdown, but I see where it happens. And Cynthia saying I sent a box to Australia and it cost $80 and took 2.5 months. I know there was one time Frank had sold something on eBay to someone in Germany, and I think it was like a military person, if I recall right. It took a long time because it got to where um it seemed like it got stuck somewhere. What tracking showed, and the guy got to the point where he asked for a refund. Went through eBay, and then he got refunded. And then the funny thing is, not long after, it ended up showing up. So you know, he contacted eBay, let them know, and then they ended up reverse. They verified with the guy, and the guy was all cool and all. So they ended up reversing it. So Frank still got paid for it. Okay, we have Lucia that joined us. She says she hasn't tried Halloween makes yet, but would love to try some. Well, this is the place to get ideas. Cynthia saying I haven't made any Halloween makes this year. I am currently working on my tutorials for Stranger Things for movie night. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Mm-hmm. Inheritance, even shipping within the US is costly. Yeah, I agree. And it's a lot more expensive than what it used to be. I mean, I remember for the longest time to mail a letter, it was 25 cents. And now what is it? I know it's like 50 something cents. Yeah, exactly. And because it really was it kind of was like, okay, the guy ended up getting it. It's kind of unfair not to be paid for it. But or at least partially paid. And it wasn't like it was Frank's fault, but it's just stuff gets caught up in customs and all that stuff. Okay, so now it's time for the free knit patterns, and then we'll get into the paid for patterns. Yeah, I can tell already this live is going to be over an hour and a half. But I hope everyone's enjoying the live. Okay. Trying to get everything pulled up, make it easy. But y'all can see I got carried away on the free Halloween patterns. And all the other categories, it's like I basically have 10, but the free knitted, I mean the paid for knitted patterns, I think I only got 5 because I ran out of room. I like I said, I could have just kept sharing and sharing, but we do have at least 4 more lives that I'll be sharing patterns, and then there will be patterns shared on the Southern Crocheters live, which is Wednesday on Barbara's channel. And then I tend to share about 5 patterns whenever I do my other lives. All right. I love me some color work and knitting, and I also love socks. So this is called Boo Socks by Deborah Tomasillo. I know I'm not saying it right, but isn't this cute? I love the little I can't say jack-o'-lanterns, but jack-o'-lanterns on it. That just got me tongue tied. Oh, I just noticed this. There's like a little pocket there. That's cool. All right. This one's called Bitty Bat. I'm getting tongue tied again. Bitty Bat Hat by Cassandra May. Okay, and this one it goes from 0 to 3 months to basically like 2T. Um, and this is the exact reason and my biggest motivation for learning to crochet, because like this was a pattern I thought was adorable. No adult sizes. And I actually I made my own hat. Basically like, looking at the pattern, I made a basic, black beanie, used like the ear and the wings and the picture for the embroidery part to make my own in a for an adult size. But I find like with crochet, usually you got from baby to adult size on patterns. And just crochet has so much more, you know, when it comes to patterns than knitting. And that was one of the true motivators for me to learn crochet. And actually my bad hat was in the picture video earlier in the live. And y'all be seeing me wear it sometime during the month of October. I'll be wearing it. Here's another one that I've made, and this one was also in that video. This is called Around It Goes by Nicole Vanderlee. Now, when I did it, I went with different colors, and I left some of the the design out of it. I basically just kept it more solid between two colors. I think it was orange and black I did, but I didn't do like all those little things in between on the black and the stuff on the top of the hat. I didn't do that. I personally feel like it looked better doing it more solid. But yeah, that's a cute color work pattern. And that is one thing that though, like with this time of with the Halloween patterns, there are more color work patterns for Halloween with knitting. Okay, here's some more socks. Spooktacular and Batastic by Anna Lange. Like the cute little jack-o'-lanterns. I can't say it. Lantern. Don't laugh at me, y'all. But aren't those cute? The orange and black Halloween colors. So do y'all have certain words that trip y'all up? Or for some reason it just don't seem like it wants to come out, even though you know how it's pronounced? These are cute. Little Monster Skull Pumpkin by Sea Love Share. And more than likely, I'll probably be making this one. Oh, and these are some other patterns too. Probably by the same designer would be my guess. So y'all may want to check out Sea Love Share's patterns. Okay. I think this is neat. This is Franken Mitts by, well, there's a bunch of different names for the designers. Um, but look at these. I think these are awesome. When I saw this pattern, I was like, "Ooh, I gotta share this." And I love that I don't know what you call it, that stitch they did, but I love the texture and the effect. And I love the orange, the purple, the black, the little green at the top. And this is something that again you can make it like non-Halloween. Well, it looks like someone added some little eyes there. um, like here, this one's it's not Halloween colors. Ooh, I love those colors. That's pretty. But I mean, you could do all sorts of stuff with the color combinations on this pattern. Okay. This one is a witchy gnome, and it's by Billy and Ba. And one thing, like when it comes to gnome patterns, you mostly find more crochet gnome patterns. I find you don't find a whole lot with knitting. Um, but this one is adorable. I love the little legs. It's like with gnomes, I love like when they have the legs or the feet or the or sometimes the little arms. And there's this one pattern that I had seen. It's not Halloween or anything, but like it has like the gnome feet and it has like the toes, and it's like these big feet and toes, and I'm like, oh, I love that look. All right, here are some Halloweenies by Scylla Webb, and I think these are too cute. So cute. Okay. Oh, hi, Charlie. How are you today? And have you been working on any Halloween makes? All right. And now we have a couple of witches hat patterns. This is a striped Halloween witch hat by Cassandra May. And this one only goes from 0 to 3 months to 2T. Like I said, that's the one thing knitting patterns are bad for. With like, more cutesy and holiday hats. But this would be a cute hat to make, for a little girl. That's why a lot of times whenever like I've started getting to the point when I share knitting patterns and their hats, I tend to start saying the sizes. Because usually with crochet goes through all the sizes, but not knitting. Okay. This one is a witch hat by Gemma Galani. More of a basic rugged type witch hat look. And here's some other colors they did. But to me, I like the traditional holiday colors. Um, Usually, let's see, is that the okay? Oh, I also see we have Angel Renee that joined us. How are you doing today? And what are you working on any Halloween makes? And thank you about the compliment. Well, those y'all complimenting Complimenting me is getting me tongue tied. Those of y'all that are complimenting me on my hat, thank y'all. Yeah, this is a knit hat I made before I, a few years ago before I knew how to crochet. All right, so let's see what everyone's saying in the chat. Bridget says, I am enjoying the live. I should be doing some laundry, but it can wait a little while longer. I'm a bad influence, huh, Brenda? Suzanne says, I really need to learn how to knit socks. One thing I want to say when it comes to knitting socks, don't let them intimidate you. Like I was saying about the intimidation thing earlier. If you know your knit, purl stitch, knit two together, more than likely you can make socks. Um, the hardest part is the heel area, but it really isn't that difficult. And it's mostly picking, where you pick up the gusset stitches. And there are also methods with the heel where you don't have to deal with the picking up the gusset stitches. Um, I haven't tried the other methods yet, but I know there are other methods. I don't know if Kat's still here, but I know she's done different methods with the heels for socks. I know there's like a tomato heel, something like that. I think there's a fish one, something with fish in the title too for a different method. Um, but yeah, my advice is just dive in and try it. If you have questions, just ask your Yorny friends. Brenda says the word rural always trips me up when I try to say it. Yeah. And you see, I think with me, where some of it happens with me, I had a lot of speech problems when I was young. And like certain sounds I had a lot of trouble with. The main two, the one that tripped me up the longest was the S and the TH. But when I was younger, there were others. I know like or was one that I know I had trouble with. But like a lot of the sounds though, like it kind of I that that wasn't a letter that or a sound that I had to focus on for that long. But like the S and TH sound, I think I was in speech class. I think I got out in 6th grade. And the sad thing is, I was this close to being out, getting out of speech class. And then the one that the teacher, um, she took like a year off or something, and then they had another lady. And normally, like I was always taught you make your S sound, between your teeth. But this lady had you do it different. And it was like it tripped me up. I think it caused me to be in speech for an extra year because of her. But luckily the original teacher came back the following year, and then I finally got out of speech class. I was so happy. Yeah, Cynthia, I love the texture on those gloves too. Let's see. Brenda says her motivation for learning to knit socks was being unsatisfied with crochet socks. I learned the hard way that I didn't like flap and gusset heels. Yeah, and that is one thing that find those things to motivate you to learn things. If you want to learn something, do it. You can do it. Believe in yourself, and that feeling of accomplishment once you do it, it's an amazing feeling. I'm telling you, you can do it. You can do it. I think I can. I think I can. No, make it. I know I can. I know I can. Let's see. Tracy says, I'm making a pumpkin by Tracy at Crochet Rocks in the UK. Ooh, awesome. And yeah, y'all, I know I keep saying this, but y'all, Halloween makes send me y'all pictures so I can share them in the lives. And and really in general, anything you make, send y'all pictures because I do a finished projects video the 15th of every month. Well, approximately the 15th. Some days it may take me a couple of extra days to get the video out. But but yeah, I do a monthly finished projects video. I love showing off y'all work. Let's see. Charlie says Halloween is my birthday. Oh, happy Halloween. And I will be live Halloween Day. It falls on a Monday. So I will be live Halloween. But I've never made Halloween stuff before. You're showing great pictures. Awesome. Yeah, this is the place to get ideas if y'all want to start making Halloween makes. And really for all the holidays, because I will be doing Thanksgiving and Christmas. Let's see. Now, Suzanne, when it comes to knitting needles, um some of it depends on what you're doing, but I definitely advise investing in circular knitting needles. Because if you make like any blankets, shawls, you will need circular. And even if it's something small you're making, you can still use circular knitting needles. You just don't knit in the round. Anything that, when you knit flat, you can do that on circular knitting needles. Um, and I find it's easier, like when it comes to like knitting socks, um, using circular knitting needles because that's something you can also do. Store it from DPNs. I tried to store them on DPNs. I couldn't do it. It's too like awkward, flimsy, all over the place. So my advice is circular needles for knitting socks. Now, when it comes to in general with knitting, usually where I use double pointed needles is when I make beanies and I'm getting to the decreases at the top because you can no longer work it on circulars, so you have to transfer it, and that's where I use double pointed needles. Um, but one thing, well, yeah, there is a part in the like when you get to around the heel area, you could either do it where it's kind of like where it's still on the circular, but you're using double pointed needles to work your stitches that are on the heel, or you can just keep doing it like on the circulars. And I did try it both ways because the crazy sock lady, she had commented about how it can get tight if you keep it on the circular needles. So I did it like the way that she recommended. And then later on, I tried it, keeping it on the circulars with my second pair of socks. I didn't have problems keeping it on the circulars. I felt like it was about the same as like the other parts of knitting it on the circular. Um, but like I said, sometimes you kind of got to play with that. Um, and I recommend the Crazy Sock Lady. She has amazing tutorials for knitting socks, and she has different methods. Because there's more than one way to knit socks. You can do it on double pointed, circulars. There's also the magic loop method that can be done too, which I use the magic loop method when it gets to the toe decreases. But yeah, check out Crazy Sock Lady for socks. Cynthia says, I have been crocheting for 17 years, but new to knitting. What does DPN mean? It's double pointed needle, and I wish I had my needles close to me so I could demonstrate. But it's basically, well, typically, like, you kind of can have like 2 to 5 knitting needles that you'll use with double pointed. Um, like I said, if you're doing like stuff in the round, you usually like have 5 that you're using. Like whenever I do the top of a beanie, I'm using 5 double pointed needles. Um, Basically, you're making like a square where you have a fourth of your stitches on one, a fourth on the second, a fourth on the third, a fourth on the fourth one, and then one to, work your stitches. But it's basically just like basically about like this, and it has a point on both ends. That's what a double pointed needle is. And I know I have done a video talking about knitting needles. Um, I believe it should be either in my knitting tutorial. Well, I don't think it's in the tutorial playlist, because I do have a playlist for like helpful knitting tips. I think that's where I have it at. If not, then it may have been on in the tutorial playlist. Because if I recall right, very early on in my channel, I did talk about knitting needles, and then probably like maybe 6 months ago, I think I had gotten on that subject again on a video where I did a video just talking about that. Um, but yeah, and like I said, if you need help when it comes to stuff with knitting, just get with me, Cynthia. I can try to help you. Let's see. Yeah, Brenda's even saying she prefers circulars for a beginner and a longer cable. Yeah, and one thing I find, like when it comes to like knitting needles, if you're if you're serious about knitting, I advise getting the circular interchangeable knitting needles. And my advice is you want to get quality. If because some of those circular cables, they're not made very good, and they'll split, and that happened to me. But like I also use like really cheap ones from eBay from China when I got my first set. Um, so usually I tend to recommend getting like Knit Picks, Knitter's Pride, Chow Goo. Chow Goo is really good. And I think Aldi's one of the other ones that they recommend a lot too. Now there are some others that do good. Don't get me wrong, but be careful when you get cheap with the circular knitting needles, because you don't want that cable splitting on you. So you have that, and you have different sizes, like shawls and blankets. You tend to use a longer one. Like hats, you tend to use a shorter one. Um, Now one thing I find, like most things, I'll use my there's long circular needles, and there's also short circular needles. Um, when it comes to making beanies, I like using the short needles. And I think I technically use a little smaller cord than what they recommend when it comes to making beanies. Um, because I find like the stitches like move better with the smaller one with making a beanie than like if I use the little longer one. That's just my opinion. Some stuff, it depends on you, what you're comfortable with. Just like with knitting needles, usually they recommend to start off with bamboo, because aluminum is more slick and it's easier for your stitches to drop off. Yeah, y'all getting some knitting lessons in on today's live. Y'all never know like what we'll get on the subject on. Um, Even Charlie says the Yorny community is amazing for teaching and helpful support. So true. And pretty much anyone usually is willing to help. Um, and like I always say, y'all have questions, ask. I'll do what I can to help you, or at least hopefully point you in the direction of like a tutorial or maybe someone else that I think can help you. Let's see. Brenda says, I like magic loop with longer cable needles. I like that you can make smaller things in the round as well as larger things. You can also just knit back and forth with cable needles too. Yeah, you see, I find that the circular, they're more, there's more stuff you can do with them than like say you just buy double pointed needles. Then you can't really do like blankets or shawls because the needles aren't long enough to hold your stitches. And that's like the purpose of that cable with the circular. It holds all those some hundreds of stitches. Oh, awesome, Charlie. All right, let's see. Angel Renee says, I just need to try to knit anything. Nothing on the needles right now. And Brenda saying, I misspoke slightly when I said cabled. I was also referring to circular needles. Yeah, sometimes the stuff with needles, it can start to get confusing. Oh, awesome, Regina. um, Regina says, yes, Kay is wonderful. That's who I watch. Which Kay are you referring to? I'm trying to think. I know there's Caitlin, Kay with Kay's Crochet Haven, but I don't think she really does anything or much with knitting. Oh, you're welcome, Suzanne. And like I said, anytime I can help y'all, you know. Um, Brenda says I also like that with circular needles, at least with longer cords. I can shove the project further from the tip of the needles and back on the cord so I don't have to worry about stitches falling off. Yes, that is an excellent tip. And that is one thing that I always try to advise people. Push those stitches down. Like when you put your knitting work down, you do not want to leave where your stitches are like right here at the top. Um they will slide off on you. And even like using end caps. I've seen it where, you know, even though my stitches may not even be that close to the tip and I have an end cap on and that end cap falls off sometimes. And the next thing you know, some stitches drop. So yeah, push those stitches back. And again, I also recommend end caps. Um and I do have a video that gives a lot of helpful pointers to help avoid drop stitches and how to fix them too. That's in my helpful tips playlist. Um, but yeah, you'll discover little tips that help, little things. But when you're new to knitting, expect to get dropped stitches. It's gonna happen. Um, the more you get comfortable and experienced, you don't get them that often. You learn how to prevent them. But even experienced knitters, you're still going to get them from time to time. it happens. And with knitting, that's the more complex thing with knitting than like crochet, because crochet, it's easy to fix a boo boo. It's just rip, you know. Um, but with knitting, it is a headache. There's a certain technique you use um to fix it based on if it's in stockinette or garter stitch. And then on top of that, like especially when you get into more of the fancy lace work, I highly recommend use lifelines. And even if you're new, you might, new to knitting, you might want to do lifelines, because that way if you make a boo-boo, you can, if you're using lifelines every so many rows, then you can go back to your lifeline and not have to frog everything. So, and I do have a tutorial on lifelines too. But yeah, some helpful tips there. Cynthia says, would DPN be best if you are working with multiple colors like a Christmas stocking? I don't really find it makes a difference when you're doing like color work, which, like I said, I mostly just use my circular needles for pretty much everything. Um Really, the only time I really use my double pointed is decreases on beanies. Oh, awesome, Cynthia. Yeah, and I hope those videos help you. Let's see, we have Gloria and Demetra that joined us. Let's see if anyone else joined. Okay. How are y'all? And are y'all working on anything Halloween? Yeah, like Brenda, I'm the same way. I can't think of how, I don't find like color changes makes a difference on the needles you use. Um, like mine, it's more of a hoard. Um, like the cables on mine, it's kind of like hoard, and it's thin, like the cable. It's not a real thick cable. And again, I wish I had my stuff by me so I could demonstrate. I didn't realize we were gonna get into all the knitting talk. Um, but like I said, knit picks. Let me try to bring up where I can kind of show y'all a picture. Let's see. Give me just a minute. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Let me share my screen with y'all. Okay. This is an example of the knit picks. And you see right here, that is the cable, the black cord thing. And that's basically like what mine look like. Now, let me see if I can find what I mean by cheapy ones. Oh, oops, sorry. What did I do? My fingers get clumsy. Okay, so circular needles. I'm trying to see if I can locate a cheapy pair. Here's one. Now, some, don't get me wrong, some may be a better quality than others, but you see how this one has like that plastic tubing? That's what, like the ones that split on me, That's basically how it looked on mine. And where like basically that tubing connects to the needle, that's where it started splitting. But I mean, I am sure like there's probably some that have the tubing like this that are better quality that you shouldn't have that problem. But that's basically, what it looked like. Hold up, did I have the right screen up just now? Let me know if I had the right screen up because I may have like opened a new tab. Okay, hold up. Sorry about that. Oh, give me just a second. Okay, y'all see it now, right? but you see it has that like plastic looking where it looks kind of thin. But that's what basically the tubing looked like on the ones that I had that they split. But again, I'm not going to say like all of them that have that type will split on you because I mean some brands are better quality than others. But I do find kind of like how the Knit Picks is with that thinner and it's more strong tend to be better quality. All right, let's see. Okay, Charlie, I hope you have a good day. And Brenda's saying she dislikes rubbery cords. The plastic cords are all right and do the job. However, I prefer plastic coated metal cable cords, but they are usually on more expensive brands. And usually they always say, I hear if you ask people what the best brand of knitting needles are for circulars, usually people will say Chowgu, but they are pricier. And I think like Aldi's kind of like what people kind of consider the next one, but again, they're pricey too. Knit Picks and Knitter's Pride, they're still good quality. They're not as good as those, but they're more for they're more affordable. Oh, okay, her name is Kay. Okay, I forgot that. I just always think of her as the crazy sock lady. Um, but yeah, her name is Kay. All right, Cynthia, I hope you have a good day too. Yeah, like I said, I do feel like with circulars, you got to invest in quality. See, I would love to have a set of the Chowgu ones. Um, because I think like the like one thing like with like Knit Picks, the cord can kind of like get on your nerves sometimes when you're knitting, and I think like Chowgu, the cord kind of doesn't like get in your way as much. I don't really know how to explain it. Hopefully y'all understand what I'm saying. Um, but I think like the cord with like Chowgu kind of holds better because like I said, sometimes that cord kind of like gets in your way and you just kind of like eh. Okay, let's see. Julia says she has a knitter's pride and she loves them. Yeah, because like I said, after my experience, I went on the Facebook groups and I was asking what, what's like, the cheapest, like, quality set that you can get. And people were like, you can't skimp. And basically the main brands that people mentioned was Chowgu, Aldi, Knitter's Pride, and Knitpicks. Angel Renee says, I wonder if the cheapy set of Tunisian crochet hook would be bad too. Seems like Tunisian might be easier than knitting just to start. I wouldn't advise it on them either because it's still the same concept where you need that cord to hold your stitches and it's connecting. So it really is, it's the same type of thing. Um Now I did do my first Tunisian project recently, which was a little pumpkin. Um Basically with Tunisian, you're combining like kind of crochet with knitting in a sense, but it's more you're doing crochet stitches. But in the aspect that it's like knitting is you got like the little, loops like you do when you're knitting. It's the best way I can kind of explain it. Okay. So now I am going to get into, let me make sure I have the right things up. Let's see. Yeah. These are the paid for crochet patterns. I wanted to make sure I brought up the crochet and not the knitting ones. Okay. So let's get these up. Let's see. Julia's saying I had the set Connie show didn't like that they don't bend. Yeah, like I said, sometimes you got the cord, you may not always like the feel of how it does. It's like I said, there's times that like I'm knitting and it feels like the cord gets on my way. Hold up. I shared this one already. Hold up. I must have pulled up the wrong thing. Sorry, y'all. Give me just a second. Yeah, I did pull up the wrong thing. Okay, now I'm on the right thing. Sorry about that. I have so many links I have to keep track of. So sometimes I get a little confused when I pull things up sometimes. Okay, this is called Kelsey Doll, and I do not know how to pronounce the designer's name, but I think this is adorable. I love the detail on this pattern. And that's the back view. Look at how cute. Uh-oh. That's what the doll looks like without the dress. But I think that one's adorable. Really, I don't think there's any patterns that I shared today that aren't adorable. This one's called Halloween Mosaic Square by Cindy Birdsong. I know some people are into like this type of skull thing. So I thought some of y'all might enjoy this pattern. I do love but this type of look. I love how it tends to be colorful. Like I said, I try to get a little bit of everything. And this one is Pumpkin Jack Halloween Decor by Anna Burton Designs. This is adorable. And like I said, there's something about like how it has the long legs. I love that look. I just think it's adorable. I don't think there's anyone leaving today that's not going to want to start making Halloween stuff after this live, huh? All right, this one is a witch hat by Naria Gomez, and this one's I like the look of this. This is cool. It looks more like a witch's hat. Another thing, you could do the band using orange too, but I find purple is more the witch color, you know. And unfortunately, she don't they show like the back of the orange for the band, but they don't have any with the front view for the pictures. Okay. This is Halloween Gnome Ornaments 3-in-1 by Lilac Nikoyan. These are cute. Now, one thing I do want to mention, this is something that I have noticed. I'm sharing Ravelry links, but some of these patterns are also on Etsy. And I have seen sometimes where you can get the patterns cheaper off of Etsy than Ravelry. So you may want to try to look up the designer to see if you can find them on Etsy too. And even sometimes certain amigurumi patterns, uh, sometimes I notice it on them too, not just gnomes. I think these are so cute, and these are keychain. Oh, well, actually ornaments. But I know sometimes they do the keychains for gnomes. Too cute. And here's a black cat and pumpkin, and I'm not going to attempt the name. And this is one I believe, yeah, it is on Etsy because the link takes you to Etsy. But I love this one. And really, this is one that, like, it was one that I was eyeing to possibly purchase when I had purchased some patterns off of Etsy. Here's a little Frankie again, a Frankie gnome by Julia, and I'm not attempting the last name. And that's one thing I noticed with a lot of the designers, their names are difficult to pronounce. I mean, you can tell like some of them are foreigners, but it's like there's a lot of foreign designers. But isn't that adorable? And I did purchase a Frankie gnome pattern that I'm going to be making. It's not this one. All right, let's see. Here you have a witch set in Halloween surprise egg, and I can't pronounce the designer's name. And isn't that cute? I think that's precious. And y'all know when I see a cat pattern, I'm like, oh, I gotta share that. Okay, and this is one that is on Etsy. This Halloween cupcake by Olga Chimeris. And this is one that I was really eyeing to possibly purchase too. I love the little witch legs hanging up. Too cute. And like I said, this one you may want to check Ravelry to see the price because I don't think it takes. Let's see where it takes you. Yeah, it don't take you to Etsy from Ravelry. Because like I said, if you can get a better deal, I want you to get the better deal. And I have noticed, Ravelry sometimes is more expensive than the same pattern on Etsy. All right, here's a Halloween voodoo Sam gnome. And I think it's adorable. Even though like I'm not into the voodoo thing, but it's like I find it's cute though. Y'all know what I'm saying? There's like a cuteness to it. Because I kind of like that, like that patched up stitch look, kind of like on scarecrows and stuff like that. So those are the paid for crochet patterns. And shortly I'll be getting into the paid for knit patterns. Let's see. I think Susie is reacting to the doll one. I didn't realize they had a picture like that, but I mean, it's not the same thing as like real body ports, though. But it was like I was clicking through the pictures, and I was like, "Oops." Brenda says, "Oh, all the little details are very cute on the little witch doll." Suzanne likes the skull. Suzanne likes one of the hats. Brenda likes a kitty cat. Yeah, Suzanne says too scary. Yeah, like I was kind of leery about sharing that pattern because the whole voodoo thing, and I didn't share it because it's voodoo, but I do think that like there's like the little dolls that they do tend to look cute. Hopefully, I'm explaining myself, well on that, but well, yeah, I don't like evil stuff or anything like that. All right, let me pull up the last few patterns. We have 4 more. Like I said, I ran out of room to post more links. All right, this is Autumn Doodle Cup Cozy by Jamie Lomas. And I love this. It's like it just has that like colorful, clean look to these patterns. And there's a bat one, a pumpkin, a ghost. Here they are individually. Hold up, what did I do? Okay, oops. Give me just a minute. Y'all do still y'all do still see me, correct? I don't know what I did. Give me one sec. Hold up a minute. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me pull my folder back up to get the patterns. Somehow I clicked on something wrong. Okay, pay for knit patterns. Okay, good, good, good. Because somehow I open tabs up on a new on like usually I do it open, on the same like thing. So I have them like all going, left to right. But somehow I open like on a new tab completely and it just kind of, you know, got me all confused there for a second. Sometimes my fingers get clumsy. Okay, I showed that one. All right, here is the Boo Beanie by Aubrey Olson. Lots of nice color work. Very cute. Very vibrant Halloween colors. Okay, here is a Pumpkin Patch Beanie by Aubrey Olson. Some more beautiful color work and knitting. And if y'all can't tell, I love color work and knitting. And a lot of times people think it's more complicated than what it actually is to do color work. Um, because really, for the most part, if you know your stitches, you can do color work. I mean, there are a few little techniques you do have to learn when it comes to color work, but it's not that complicated. And I know Robin from Roaming with Rover, she had never done color work before and she tested one of my color work patterns and she was able to figure it out quickly. So, like I said, don't let color work intimidate you. But here are some cute little socks with the skulls, Halloween colors. And that one was called Halloween by Heidi Jokinen. And that was the last pattern I have for y'all. So I hope y'all enjoy the patterns I shared today. I hope it inspired y'all. And if y'all make anything from the patterns I share, I so want to see it. I see we have Granny D that just joined us. How are you today, Granny D? And have you made any Halloween makes lately? Um, Let us know about your Halloween makes, Granny D. But yeah, we're at the tail end of the live, fixing to start wrapping things up. Let's see. Granny D says, I love it too, but have never tried it. Oh, Granny D, my live that I did Saturday, I shared some squirrel patterns. I thought about you the whole time. But yeah, so y'all all enjoy the patterns today. And like I said, y'all make anything Halloween, send y'all pictures so I can share them on the other Halloween lives I will be doing. Granny D says no Halloween makes yet this year. But I know you had said something about you had made a witch's hat. Um I don't know when you had made it. But I remember you talking about a witch's hat. But yeah. And I hope y'all enjoyed everything today. Oh, it's in her closet. Oh. But yeah, let's see. What else do I need to share with y'all before I wrap up? Um, oh, tomorrow will be Crochet Tuesday, and I have 3 finished objects to show y'all. 2 are fall ones, and 1 is Halloween. And then y'all get to see the start of my whip. But I do, I I I probably won't really tell y'all what it actually is yet. I really kind of want y'all to see that one when it's finished before y'all know what I'm making. I like being secretive sometimes. Granny D says she made that one the last 2 years. Thank you, Granny D. You gotta see my intro and all. I still went all out with the Halloween stuff, and even like the video that I put in the live today showing everyone's makes. It's like really Halloween themed. But yeah, so that will be tomorrow. Wednesday, the Southern Crocheters, which is me and Barbara with Crochet Therapy, we will be doing our live at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time Wednesday on Barbara's channel, and we'll be talking about Halloween there too. So y'all come check it out. And I will include that live in the playlist for the Southern Crocheters live. I have a playlist with all our lives. Um, Same thing, like I will be making a playlist with the Halloween Monday lives, so y'all can find them all. The lives I did with the fall about fall makes, the 3 lives, they're all in a playlist. If y'all want to, y'all wanting some ideas for fall makes, check those lives out. A lot of pattern ideas. But yeah, and I'm trying to think if anything else. I think I've pretty much told y'all everything I need to tell y'all. But yeah, so I enjoyed chatting with y'all all today, and I hope y'all enjoyed the live, and those watching the replay, I hope y'all enjoy it too. Leave a comment. Let me know that you watched. Um, Feel free to answer questions, or if y'all have questions, y'all can ask in the comments. But yeah, I hope y'all all have a fabulous rainy day. Be the light, and bye.